There's a new goat control deck that everyone is talking about. Now, this deck has your usual suspects, Scapegoat, Metamorphosis, and Tsukiyomi. But the first surprise with this deck is that it plays no defensive monsters at all. That's right, no Magician of Faith or Gravekeeper Spy. Instead, we are playing some absolutely insane tech cards that had never seen the light of day in GOAT format, until now. What is this new technology, you ask? First up, we have Element Saurus. Now, this little dinosaur might not be the best monster in the whole format, but he does a decent Dark Balter impression. Negating the effect of something destroyed in battle is a very powerful effect in GOAT format, as it stops flip effects like Magician of Faith, but also effects that activate in the graveyard like Sanguine and even Sinister Serpent. Now, getting an Earth in play to bring this effect online is no small task, but luckily enough, Scapegoat puts 4 Earth monsters in play for us. This deck also plays some other Earth monsters to complement it, like Injection Fairy Lily. But here's a tip that you absolutely must know if you're going to use this card. It checks the field for any Earth monsters, including your opponents. That makes it a strong card versus Goat Control and Chaos Control, as your opponent's Scapegoats will also make this effect active. It even means that you can just negate the effects of Giant Rat and Pyramid Turtle completely for free, as they are Earth monsters. To go with our Element Saurus, we also have one copy of Homunculus the Alchemic Being. Now, this guy's stats are quite solid. 1800 attack is considered about par for an aggressive normal summon in GOAT format, and 1600 defense means that it doesn't easily die to Tsukiyomi or Book of Moon. But the effect is what we're here for. It has good synergy with Element Saurus, as we can change this card's attribute to Earth or Fire, depending on which of Element Saurus's effects we want to enable. Throw in some solid aggressive monsters like Abyss Soldier, Azura Priest, DD Warrior Lady, and Zaborg the Thunder Monarch, and we've got ourselves a great monster lineup that puts pressure on our opponent while playing around their Noblemen of Crossout and Mind Control. Then we can use our own mind controls and creature swaps to deal with whatever monsters our opponent throws at us. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and look at some winning deck lists. These deck lists are both from Gyomberman and Undefined, and they both place top 8 in major online GOAT format tournaments. So, as you can see here from our monsters, again, all aggressive. We've got Skill Dark as, very, very similar to Homunculus, just plus 100 on both stats, and we're pretty much just playing it as a beat stick. Notice we've got Azura as kind of another light aggressive monster. In this case, it combos with Creature Swap. We've also got a One of Zaborg. This is a popular choice in a lot of GOAT control deck lists, just primarily because of how insane Zaborg is against your typical Chaos deck. So we like that. Something, though, that I want to talk about is this Ninja Grandmaster Suzuki. And this card is pretty good against your typical Chaos deck, actually, just because we can kill defense mode spies. Think about how difficult it would be for this deck to get over a Gravekeeper Spy otherwise. And then, like I talked about in our last video, a lot of Chaos players are making the mistake of summoning their Chaos Sorcerers in defense. Now, might be good for playing around Creature Swap. You'll see we're playing that. But if they put that Sork in defense, we can just summon the Ninja and kill that guy for free, which is pretty sweet as well. We've got a reinforcement of the army to search out Warrior Lady, Exiled, or Ninja. Pretty nice toolbox there, and you really only need 3 warriors to support the 1 Rhoda. In this case, we've got 2 Metamorphosis and 3 Scapegoat. The Scapegoat has a lot of synergy, combos with Creature Swap, combos with Meta, and then, of course, we can use it with Element Saurus. Also got the One of Mind Control. That's something that I kind of like too. Mind Control, just a really solid card in the current meta, but one thing that we can do with it is if our opponent has 2 monsters, we can Mind Control one, if it's a flip effect, we can flip it, get the effect, and then creature swap it over to our opponent, take the other monster. That is a really nice combo that I like, actually. So otherwise, some pretty standard choices. Got the One of Abyss Soldier to also go with the Premature Burial, little combo there. Got the Injection Fairy Lily like we talked about before. Good aggressive monster. Sees a decent amount of play in GOAT control these days. Traps, we've got, the standard ones, the Mirror Torrential Ring. Then we've got 1 Saku, 1 Dust. You know, I think you could maybe go with like Decrees here. Maybe play a couple of Decrees over the Dust and the Saku. But, you know, that's preference to some extent, I suppose. Side, I won't talk about too much. Got Dust Shoots for the Chaos matchups. Got Sakus for the aggressive matchups. Got Panda for the Goat Mirror. That can definitely be a game-winning card. We can search that with Sangan, which is pretty cool. And we've got another Tsukiyomi, just in case we want a second way to, you know, reset our Thousand Eyes Restrict, or kill some weaker monsters like Kaiku, Blade Knight, etc. Then we've got a couple of warriors to search with reinforcement of the army. We also got one here, the Amazonas Archer. We can search that against Burn, tribute off some Ojama tokens. Mystic, that comes in against Chaos. Zumbire, that comes in against warriors. Pretty straightforward. The next deck list is almost the same. The monster lineup is the same. The side deck is the same. We just changed up the spell and trap lineup a little bit. You'll notice here we have 3 Jargreeds, no upstarts. I like that, actually. Hot take, I think Jargreed is a better card than Upstart Goblin overall. Just because, it doesn't let your opponent gain 1,000. We can use it to bait things like Breaker, MST, Heavy Storm, potentially even go +1 off this jar. And we can set the jar and sort of manage our hand count to play around Dust Shoot, which I like as well. Here, we went down to 1 creature swap, no mind control, and just 2 scapegoats. To me, I feel like, with the Element Saurus, maybe we just want to be playing 3 scapegoats, but it is what it is. But these are the deck lists. Be sure to give it a shot yourself. You got nothing to lose. Play test this deck for a bit and then let me know how it worked for you in the comments. And now here's more gameplay footage of Gyomberman with his sweet goat control list. It was a very close loss in top 8 of this tournament versus Shifty using Chaos. Be sure to watch to the very end, as these were some interesting games. Thanks for watching and supporting Goat Duels.